As the weather starts turning nasty, I can't help but think about throwing the big baits again. I get so excited this time of year. It's windy out here, it's starting to rain. I spent the last few days on the water. The swim bait bite is just ramping up for those big, cold water, late fall, winter fish. One of the key things when you're targeting those fish is to stand out. A lot of people are throwing swim baits now. You've got to look different. So what I wanted to show you is some of the simple modifications that you can do. For today, we're going to use an 8-inch huddleston. The simple modifications you can do to make your swim bait stand out from the crowd. Let's head inside. It's raining out here and we'll start modifying these baits. The first modification that we're going to do is adding gills to the bait. The bait itself is fairly plain. You know, it's a nice profile, it looks good, it swims like a fish. But there are a few of these key details that you can do that really makes it come to life. So the way we do that, very simple. You need some super glue, pipe cleaner, razor blade, and the bait. It's very, very easy. I've seen a lot of people try to do this modification, and I think they make it more complicated than it needs to be. So the first thing we do is we follow the gill itself, and we just start making a diagonal cut, and we follow that profile around. It's very simple. As you can see, it's not difficult to open that up. Just keep spreading it out till we have a nice clean cut. And I've actually finished the one on the other side already. There it is. So we're going to go ahead and do that one first. You cut a piece of pipe cleaner, and then you shape it to fit where you need. So I take that side that's already been cut, and I stick the end in there. And as you work with it, it lays down in there quite nicely. I think where most people go wrong is they don't push it in there enough. You know, when you see a fish in the water, their gills aren't sticking halfway out. You know, they're up underneath that gill plate. So I get it in there nicely like that, and then I take my super glue. This is the important part that people miss. You want to glue this thing in there, but when you glue it in there, you completely coat it. You cover all of the pipe cleaner with super glue. And what that does is it stops looking like pipe cleaner. It starts having this wet look, and it really looks like gills. You don't have all that fuzz and frizz that you would have with just the pipe cleaner itself. Very, very simple. Lay that super glue in there on top, and then I'll let that dry. And as long as you get it completely coated, you have that nice wet gill look instead of just looking like a pipe cleaner. Very, very simple to do. The next modification that you can do very, very easily is this front fin. You know, fish have fins, they stick out, they move a lot. So even though the fin is here on the bait, it's not very pronounced, and we like that to be pronounced. So you take the bait, and again, take your razor blade, and I just follow the outline of that fin that's already there. I cut at a diagonal line up underneath the fin. One side and then the other. And then just peel it back, just like that. And then what I do to get them to stay out, see now you've got this fin that's going to stick out of the bait a little bit. What I do to get it to stick out is I put a little dab of super glue in there, and then I turn the fin a little bit off center and stick it back down. So it wants to stand out off of the bait. And that will move around in the water very nicely and look very, very lifelike. So these are just a couple of modifications that you can do to take an average bait and make yourself stand out from the rest of the pack. I hope this helps. Good luck this year.